All right, here we go. Today's distinction is actually a three-part distinction. The first part, well, let me just tell you, it's powerless versus empowered versus powerful. I almost started this whole thing and just made it powerless versus powerful, but I think there's a space in between that's almost like the neutral space that we tend to try and achieve, and we miss that it's not actually the same as the positive space of or what's beyond, which is being powerful. uh, I'm finding myself right now, I look through lenses as whenever I have a three-stage approach, it's typically three lenses: a negative, a neutral, and a positive. A bad, a good, and an exceptional, let's put it that way. All right. And so let's just talk about these three through the lenses here of powerless, empowered, and powerful. So on the powerless end of things, this is this is when we're actually just in a pure state of we don't have any agency or ownership of what's happening to us. In fact, that's it. Things happen to you when you're powerless. You're in a stage where you're not able to voice what's true for you, to be able to shape the direction of things around you, and to have any real influence on the work you do, how you do things, or any other people that you come in contact with. In the neutral state is the empowered stage, right? And this is really interesting because a lot of us seek empowerment. We seek to empower others, and we seek to be empowered ourselves, right? So this is the place in the stage of being empowered. It's almost as if we're like we understand that we don't have the power here, but if you gave it to us, we might have it, right? And I'm going to invite you right now, if you are to look at it from two perspectives. One, look at it for yourself as an individual. Where are you waiting to be empowered in your life? And because there is a passivity to it. Where are you waiting to be empowered in your life? And where are you actively going out to try and empower others? And I want you to the when you look at that question, I want you to look at that question from the standpoint of, is it actually serving you? Is waiting to be empowered or actively empowering others uh, the place of being in service? Now, I think this third distinction here of powerful really just might make that question a little bit more rich. So when I think about those that are powerful, those they're in people who are in ownership. I was going to say control, but that's not the actual word. They own the things around them. They own their being. They own how they show up. They own how they create. They own their relationships. They own the good and the bad. And they're willing to yield and wield that power in order to create. Now, this here it's an active process, right? The act of being powerful is an active process because it takes you actively owning that you already have the power. See, that's a distinction for me when it comes to empowered versus powerful. It's interesting because it's part of my mission. My mission is to bring together a truly inclusive and empowered world, an empowered world. And it's during the global pandemic that we're facing right now, or whenever you're watching this here, regardless of the time, and there's an element here of we need people to step into their power. It's part of the reason why I'm making this video for you, to help you see a little bit of where else you might be able to step into your power. But the element of this here is that the power must be actually taken and owned by you in order for it to truly be powerful. Because if it's bestowed or granted upon by someone else, there's a different thing that's taken place. So we're looking at this: powerless versus empowered versus powerful. Powerless is to be in a reaction; things are happening to you. Empowered is a more powerful place to come from, but it also implies a bit of passivity in there, in terms of someone else has bestowed that power on you, has granted you permission there. And then powerful is in the active ownership of your own actions and being. and restoring yourself to agency and using that to move you forward. Now, I like this topic. It's a juicy one here. Take the next 24 hours to see in your world where along that spectrum you tend to fall. And my invitation is, in any place that right now you're waiting to be empowered, to find it within yourself to actually bring yourself to a powerful position. And the simple way to do that is, if I was being powerful right now, if the power already existed within me to do this, how would I take action? And to play the game from that place. All right. We'll leave you with that distinction here. Here's my invitation for you, is to use your difference to make a difference. I'll talk again soon.